What up, homosexual? What's going on? It's Coach Lorena with the Queer Gym. And today I'm back bragging about my fucking clients because they're amazing and you should be jealous because you should be one of us. I got my homie Ashley coming through. Ashley, would you like to introduce yourself to everybody?
Hello, I'm Ashley, she, her. I'm in San Diego, California. I'm a jewelry designer and also a queer gym member.
Awesome. So tell me a little bit what life was like before the gym for you.
Life was actually still pretty good. I have this great job that I built myself. I have a great partner. I live in a great part of the world. So I'm really lucky in what I've built so far, but I definitely felt like the next piece of my journey, next like piece of the puzzle was like, how can I level up even more, focus on my health and like what my body can physically accomplish and just get more active.
So life was already pretty good and you're like, let's keep this going.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of motivating to like build off of success rather than, I know a lot of people maybe start at kind of a rock bottom, and I maybe have a bit of an opposite story there where it was like I was doing really well, but there's like more that I wanted to do, and there's even still more that I want to achieve.
I love that. I love that energy about you. Before the gym, how would you sum up in one word kind of what the vibe was like for you when it came to your health and fitness?
Stuck. I feel like there was a lot of resistance to going to like a traditional gym. I had tried just doing some workouts with like the free YouTube, like just searching random things each morning. And then I didn't really have any consistency there and I didn't know where to start or like what to even pick. And then I would just kind of fall off and not really be able to maintain any consistent movement.
Dabbling a little bit, trying to find that routine, that consistency, that structure, and you're like, it's not quite hidden.
Yeah, nothing was really sticking. So yeah, stuck. Feels like it's the right word.
And what was like the typical day for you before you started your fitness journey with us?
I'd get up. I usually read in the morning and then I would make breakfast, which has changed a lot over the course of this. And it was usually something really light, which I didn't realize I like was not eating enough to start my days. And then I would start my work day and I would work for several hours and then I'd come in to make lunch and I was like crashing. Like blood sugar level was low, I was hangry, I was moody, and I'd try to just like shove snacks in my face, then go get back to work. And it was kind of a rinse and repeat by the time dinner was coming around. And then, I might hang out with neighbors or like go out to eat afterwards after a work day, but there wasn't a lot of movement, probably like 2,500 to 3,000 steps a day.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty typical from somebody that works from home, grinding all day. It's hard to get those steps in if you're not intentional about it. So, what was the turning point for you when you're like, I'm done dabbling, let's get it?
Actually, my wife and I went to Europe over the summer with some friends, and then we met up with her family while we were over there because my wife is French. And we were hoofing it everywhere. We walked a ton. We're taking public transit. We're going up and down stairs. There's a lot of places with no elevators, no escalators. You're just like moving and shaking. And I was like, I don't want to get to a place where I can't do this prematurely. I want to be able to take the stairs. I want to be able to hustle. I want to be able to have these like 10, 20, 30,000 plus step days and not let it slow me down. And so it was kind of the vacation that changed everything. And I was like, we are hitting these steps. We are moving. When we get back to the US, how do we keep moving? And so that's kind of like the turning point.
Okay. And so you live in San Diego. There's no
Yeah.
shortage of gyms, outdoors, beaches, hikes. Why the queer gym specifically?
I was definitely feeling intimidated by like traditional gym spaces because when you go so long without working out, without a lot of movement, you don't know where to even start when you walk into a gym. And then it's like, do I sign up for a class? I don't even know what classes I like. Who here is even cool? Like, are they gonna accept me? Do I have to like get in shape before I go to the gym? I don't know. You get in your head about a lot of things, right? I actually came across an Instagram ad for the queer gym and I was like, oh, this feels like a lot more approachable. We can do it at home. We can try it out. I mean, that's kind of like what was appealing to me about the YouTube videos before, right? But then there's nobody live that's like giving you feedback in the moment. And just being able to try different kinds of classes was very appealing too. So we have no shortage of outdoor activities, which is great because now that I've learned some things that I like to do and I've been trying to get our step counts up, like we can be out every day, but I have no excuse. Like we get up, we do the workouts, it's done.
And I noticed that you're saying we a lot. And I'm wondering, how has this impacted your relationship now that you're all in this active vibe?
Yes. My wife has also been a big supporter of me joining. And so she is usually like off camera doing the workouts. And it's also changed a lot of how she eats. Obviously, she goes on walks with me and she's like super supportive of it. So I feel like it has changed both of our energy levels. I can tell that she's gotten a lot stronger. There's definitely been a few times where I'm like, turn around. I hate to see you go, but I love to watch you leave.
Okay, that's real. And as a business owner out here grinding, how has this impacted your entrepreneur career?
I feel like it's given me a little bit more confidence in just like chatting with people, meeting people. Like when we go and do market days where we like have to haul all our stuff and set it all up and we're there all day, I have like a proper nutrition plan now and I have enough food to keep me going while we're there. We used to not really plan. We kind of would fly by the seat of our pants and like get whatever food vendor was selling food. And like sometimes we still do that when it's something really worth it. But like now we have a plan. Now we know what we're doing. I have energy to get through the whole day. And still chat, still cut it up with customers and like have a good time and make sales. And then I go home and we used to come home and just crash. And now I come home and we go on a walk and we cook dinner. And I still have like enough energy to like make it through the rest of the day, which has been like so significant. And it's not like I've been going to the queer gym for all that long. And I've seen that like adjustment happen within a few months.
Yeah, I feel like entrepreneurship is a fucking sport and people forget that part sometimes when they go into
Yeah.
business. You're like, business, and then you're like, it's kicking my ass.
It's exhausting. You're like on the clock at all times.
I woke up at like 1 o'clock in the morning yesterday, emailing myself like, don't forget,
I do that all the time. Email myself a little
right?
checklist. Yeah.
Yep.
Bolt out of bed at 2 in the morning, like, oh my God, I forgot.
So what surprised you the most about the career gym?
Like initially I was thinking, oh, I just need to get involved in some movement and that's kind of it. And I think some of the nutrition piece actually surprised me the most because I was nervous about, slipping back into kind of a diet culture mindset or feeling like I was going to be restricting and like worried about not being able to eat favorite foods and stuff like that. And what I was realizing is I actually wasn't eating enough at the right times. So, I'd wake up and grab like a croissant or something in the morning and think that that would fuel me through the day. And it was like, oh, you were not eating enough food. Like, so focusing on getting more protein has been a little bit surprising because I really wasn't getting enough to begin with. And I was so surprised by my mood swings changing. I was like, oh, hangry Ashley is
Ooh.
gone. Like I used to get hangry
Oh,
if I
okay.
was like hungry. And now I'm like, I don't find myself getting hungry as often. I'm not like in that like low blood sugar crash where I'm going to like snap on somebody. I think the mood swings surprised me the most.
Do you think changing your nutrition was like a big overhaul or chaotic or like a big project for you?
I thought it would be, and it has been less chaotic than I thought. Like small little tweaks and also changing my mindset around it being like, "Oh, you don't have to like necessarily cut things out of your life. It's more of like add in the right things." And then it's like I started to feel better. I started to get more out of the workouts, not feel so tired throughout the day. Surprise, surprise. The things they tell you, this common sense. And I guess I felt like I was going to have to restrict, but like if you plan, if you know you're going to have a slice of birthday cake, if you know you're going to go to your friend's house and they're going to cook for you, just be mindful of it. It's been nice to be like, no, you don't have to like go on an old school diet. This is not the 90s.
I remember our first conversation, there was definitely an awareness around like, I'm not trying to do that 90s bullshit, you know?
Yeah, I'm still not. Like, in fact, part of me is like, ooh, I have some muscles now. And I was like, I could get bigger. I wouldn't be mad at that.
Well, fuck, you've been super consistent with your workouts since the beginning. You've been with us, what, 4 months, I want to say? Does the timeline surprise you?
A little bit. I think initially I didn't think I would see it as fast. And I mean, I even see it in my wife. So I'm like, we see it in each other. So yeah, it's definitely like quicker than I realized. And I think even in doing the movements in the class, like squats are getting easier, the wall sit is getting longer. I'm holding the plank a little longer. I still can't do like a full push up, but I'm gonna get there.
How has the community at the queer gym helped you stick with it?
The community has been really supportive, and it's nice to know that there's, like, people who feel similarly and that it's, again, not that same kind of, like, gym vibe when you walk into a gym and don't know anyone and you feel like, "Oh, no, I'm too out of shape to, like, be here," or people are, like, perceiving me, which is very nerve-wracking, but if it's already a group of queers or, like, allies, you kind of know that people are mostly pretty chill. There's, like, a baseline of understanding that people are coming from. There's something that's drawn people to this, like, Zoom gym rather than a physical gym, and sometimes it's like we all share maybe not the same traumas, but there's very similar traumas behind movement and diet culture and, like, all that, like, very judgmental space that doesn't really exist the same way here.
That warms my heart. It's working.
Yeah, people are super supportive and just, like, in the group chat too, like, "Hey, I need advice on this," or, like, "I'm having a rough day," and people are, like, on it.
I think that's one thing when we became a virtual gym. Like, it's easier to have a community when it's a in-person gym, and that was one thing that I knew was really valuable for us when we were in person, and it was something that we were really intentional about doing our best to create that as a virtual gym. And so when I see like the group chat being lit, I see the chat during the workouts or the breakout rooms. You guys just are obsessed with each other in the breakout rooms. That's something that I'm really proud of because a lot of virtual programs that I know of that I'm aware of struggle in that area of like, how do we get people to show up to your group calls? How do we get people to like connect? And I'm like, well, let me tell you. So I'm really proud of that. And I'm happy that came across for you as well.
Yeah, definitely.
So I want to give you about 30 seconds to just hype yourself up, brag about all your wins you've experienced in the last couple months with us. Ready?
Okay.
3, 2, 1, hit it.
I have more energy. I can get through the day without the mood swings. I can lift more and squat longer and squat a little lower. And I've lost 20 pounds and I just have more stamina to get through the day. I kept up with my in-laws on a hike, which is like was very challenging prior to the queer gym. We went on a hike together over the Christmas holiday and I kept the pace and that was really exciting to get to the top of the hike together.
Yeah. You ready for the next Europe trip next time?
Yeah.
No, that's one of my big motivations for working out is like, I am a curious motherfucker. I'm adventurous. I'm not somebody that goes on vacation and just like sits by the pool. Like, I want to go do the things and sign up for the tours and things like that. And so for me, that's one of the big reasons to stay in shape is just like, I just want to be able to like do shit, especially when I'm out in a new place. I want to explore. I want to like let that inner child run around and, find out and see what's out there. So I
Yeah.
totally get
And
that.
hanging by the pool on vacation is so much more rewarding after you've like run all over the place. You're like, yes.
Yeah. So what has been the most challenging part of this process for you?
Becoming a morning person. Like,
Ooh,
right off the
tell me about
bat
that.
yeah, so I knew the workouts are either at 6 AM or 5 PM, and for me, 5 PM is tough because I have client meetings that run late. Sometimes I'm at my studio space, which is, like, at another part of town. Yeah, 5 PM, that's when friends hit you up and they're like, "Hey, do you wanna grab a drink somewhere?" Or, like, who knows what's going on, but 5 PM just I knew, I was like, "I'm not gonna be able to stick to this." And I was like, "I gotta get it done first thing in the morning and get it over with, or else it won't happen." And so I started getting up at 5:30 every day, and even on days that we don't go to the gym to log in for a workout, we get up and we go walking, and honestly, it's made getting up earlier on the weekends easier too. We still sleep in a little more than 5:30, but, like, we get up earlier now, and I'm like, "Oh, we have time for a walk." Like, we have time to do more stuff, and we just end up being more active anyways because of it. But it was definitely a challenge. Sometimes it still is a challenge, especially because we started in the winter when the days were getting shorter. A winter in San Diego, I'm sorry, guys, but it's
How
not
dare
real
you?
here. Yeah, so that was probably the most challenging, was becoming a morning person.
So do you identify as a morning person now?
Kinda. I mean, yeah, I think just because
Yeah.
of my schedule.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're absolutely right. Like people are always like, "Oh man, that's so impressive. You work out in the morning." And I'm like, "No, bro. You're impressive. You work out after work, after like life and work and responsibilities have kicked you in the balls all day. You
Uh-huh.
still go work out? That's props.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, whatever works for folks to, get them there, it's great. For me, it was like, it's got to be the morning. I just know myself.
yeah. I mean, they both have their own kind of like unique pain point to it, but the important part is to get it done. You're right.
Yeah.
So, if you could send a message back to Ashley months before you started, what would that be?
hmm
Knowing what you know now, what you've been through now.
It would be that you got this. Like, you're already on an awesome path. You're already setting yourself up for so many great things. Just continue what you're doing and like give it 100%. She clearly got me here, That version of me got me to this moment now, and she's gonna continue propelling me beyond this.
Shout out to old Ashley.
Yeah, she was pretty cool too.
Yeah. Yeah. I get a lot of respect for you always wanting to level up and improve and just the level of consistency and the level in which you've showed up and shown out for yourself and your relationship and your business and just everything that you want out of life. Like respect for like seeing that through.
Thank you.
All right, y'all. Well, I'm telling you, my clients are awesome. And if you want to be one, make sure you subscribe, make sure you come through and check us out. Stay gay. Bye.
Uh